Hello everyone, my name is Bora Uçarkaya. I'm a student in Electrical and Electronics Engineering department. Here is my project. I design a parking sensor for a car. There are 4 ultrasonic sensors, HCSR04 sensors, and there is one buzzer. So when an obstacle approaches, the sensor detects it and the buzzer starts to ring. So let me first talk about the working principle of the HCSR04 sensor. Every 15 milliseconds, I send a trigger signal to each of the sensors. So this receives a trigger signal, and 15 milliseconds later, the second sensor receives a trigger sensor, and so on. So each sensor receives a trigger signal in every 60 milliseconds. When the sensor receives a trigger signal, it sends a sound wave, and the echo becomes high. So I measure the time where the echo is high, and when the sound reaches back, the echo becomes low again. So by measuring the time interval where echo stays high, I measure the time, and since I know the speed of the sound wave, then I can measure the distance. So let's do an example. I am approaching my hand, and the distance value is measured by the sensor, and here it is represented in terms of millimeters. So when the distance is less than 15 centimeters, so 150 millimeters, the buzzer rings in this frequency. If it drops below 100 millimeters, then you can see the frequency of the buzzer increases, and also here the LED becomes on. So if I approach furthermore and the distance becomes less than 50 millimeters, the buzzer keeps ringing continuously. So this distance is the minimum value. So each sensor measures a value, and the value which is shown, which is represented here, is the minimum of these 4. So actually the distance values are compared. For example, if I approach with my 2 hands, the 2 buzzers start to ring, but for example, if one is more close, then the buzzer rings according to the close one. So for example, I approach this one too. As you see, 2 LEDs are on now. And for example, if I approach this a bit more, then the buzzer rings completely. For example, even if I move my hand, since this is close enough, the buzzer keeps ringing. Let's do it with some different examples. For example, this is too close, and like this. Thank you for watching my project.